So let's look at a possibly fake news story. Now, there's been similar versions of this story, but this, of course, this comes from Twitter. Some of the greatest, most cringe-induced things you will find either on Twitter or Reddit. And if you don't have a Reddit or Twitter account, you're really missing out on some of just the airheaded, like NPC takes and horseshit you can find across the internet. So this one says here, a French scientist have sparked fears of yet another pandemic after reviving a zombie virus that has been trapped under a frozen lake in Russia for a record 50,000 years. Now, see, I'm already saying this is bullshit. This is creative. This is someone's creative story, and bravo to whoever came up with this. There's also another related story that goes, scientists find a super coronavirus in the mountains in the Himalayas or some shit. It's a deviation in the story, but it's mainly what I hope to be is fucking fake news, because if this is real, we're definitely fucked, because humanity is educationally challenged. I can't imagine that there'd be scientists this stupid. But then again, these are the same people who invented the atomic bomb, to prevent wars. And these are, they're the same fucking people who come up with, crap like climate change and then try and force their ideal control on everyone else because they already have it. The jets, the SUVs, the private jets, the mansions, and they want to keep everyone else from having those things, especially the middle class and the poor, so they come up with the scam of climate change. Now, that's just my opinion. You may believe differently, but it's like the same thing with the coronavirus shit, right? It's what I believe to be a form of is a real thing, but them using it to justify tyranny and authoritarianism on the middle class and poor. Now, I know I'm sounding like a communist here, but there is a section of elite politics across the world. Call it the New World Order, call it the Consortium, call it the Bohemian Grove, call it whatever the fuck you want. But the very real fact is, there's an elite group of people who want to control and domineer your life through fear. And this could be someone's idea of a joke. Bravo. Well done. You've trolled a great many people, because if you look, there's like 8,318 retweets, 38,000 likes. Tip my hat to you, sir. But then again, it never shocks, it never ceases to amaze me how educated people are miles in IQ above me, and yet this does seem something plausible. It's like the story of those dipshits in the Boston college somewhere, where they've made coronavirus like 85% more like effective against rats. Now that story could have been fake too, but then again, humanity, even with all of its brilliance, all of its smarts and ingenuity, is still not only infantile, but again, I don't want to use the word educationally challenged, let's say the least. And this is even with, this is like them having that hadron collider, right? Where they're smacking particles against each other just to see what the fuck happens. Now, in my humble opinion, that should be done in space. Like, at least always out there in space, so that way, in case you do make a localized black hole, you're only killing the dumbass scientists and the technology that you fucked with it. But no, this is like in France, Switzerland, and it's not the only place. They have these hadron colliders like around the world, and this goes to another rant where they were talking about, only create a small localized black hole. Yeah, like I even wrote some silly, obnoxious fictional story about that. But yeah, with the, and if this does turn out to be a real story or real thing, it's like the same thing with the, like where they found a super corona and the frozen glaciers and the Himalayas, or whatever that bullshit story. There's a reason why things should remain frozen, buried, and left alone, even if those stories were bullshit. Again, this goes to, there was a sarcophagus they opened not too long ago that was like 5,000 years old or some shit like that. And again, Like, I know a lot of people don't believe in like superstitious shit, but there's a reason why Egyptians put curses and stuff in their tombs and sarcophagus. You shouldn't be fucking around with that kind of thing. Even if you're like the deepest of skeptics, I mean, there should be like respect for the dead. But that's just me. That's just my weird take. But it, it remains to be seen that, again, to close out this video, as smart and as educated as humanity is, humankind really, we're pretty retarded. It just has to be said. And that's just my take on it. And yeah, who knows? It's like the what Nikolai Tesla said, or Nikola Tesla, said, "You will witness man-made horrors beyond your comprehension," and oh boy, I think we're probably in for a big surprise in the future. Hope not, but you never know.